Welcome back to Jeopardy! Our contestants are Vincent Castile, the editor and the filmmaker of our final film, Moses Plata, the therapist actor in our final film, and finally, Harry Castile, a random homeless man we found scrounging for dirt outside our studio. Let's take a look at our categories. First, we have hardware. Second, we have software. And last but not least, online. Vincent, start us off.
Let's do hardware 500.
Camera used to film your project.
What is iPhone 14?
In my final video, we used a camera. We intended to use one of our friend's cameras. It's a really great camera, has a great lens. Eventually, that didn't work out. So what we ended up going with is the iPhone 14. Of all my group members, that phone just so happened to be the one that was the most advanced. And we had a lot of fun tweaking with exposure and all that stuff, so it really worked out well.
That's correct. iPhone 14.
All right, let's do software 300.
The editing software used in your final project.
Okay. What is CapCut? What is CapCut?
So as the group's editor, what I ended up doing is I used CapCut for my editing software. So as you'll see right here, I used a clip where I separated it, I edited it. First 5 seconds, I think, is just an establishing shot of a empty picture frame. And then I also used a lot of features, trimmed the exposure down, brightness. If you'll see here, I used the credit display. I had him as he was walking this way, the credits appeared this way. And when he left the room, he being our main character, Corey Simmons, when he left the room, the credits appeared following him out of said room. So that I used CapCut for that, and that was pretty convenient. Also, to incorporate sound, we took a clip from a song. I'm pretty sure it's called Midnight, the Stars and You, and we incorporated that into our CapCut and just had it overlaid with CapCut. I tweaked the audio. You'll see here, again, just repetitive motion. The audio is slowed, and at some point I pitched it down right when Corey Simmons, my main character, had his moment of realization. So you'll see here at that part right there that it's very clear where the cut in sound is, and it pitches very dramatically down to reflect Corey's shifting personality. So what I did was, for the title card, you'll see a clip of him like walking out and then closing the door. We used that clip of the pitch black door to the pitch black room to incorporate a title card where it says "Down Where I Am" and then a VEMS production film. That VEMS makes up the first names of everyone in our group. And then also the font of the title card was found in CapCut as well. Just overall, great software. Really helped for this project.
Also correct. CapCut.
Online 400.
The website used for documentation for your project.
What is EduBlogs?
All right, so a little bit about EduBlog. So this website we used for, documentation of our final project. What we did is every time we had, a little bit of inspiration, anything we could take away from that, we used EduBlogs to mark it. So like here, keep going back to the wall. Here what happens is we took a video clip from a former AICE Media Studies student, and we wrote about how we would use it, and the elements we liked, stuff like that. But it's all documented in EduBlogs. And if you'll see here again, there are a bunch of posts that I had. All of these posts are pertaining specifically to my final project. So one of them is about the scenery, which I'm going to click on now, and it's all about how we had a little rough draft with the scenery. We had to upload that change because our initial plan was to have a therapist office. Obviously, we couldn't do that because, we didn't have the right scenery for it. We didn't have the right materials. So what we ended up doing is changing it to a home visit. And the home visit allowed for a bit more flexibility on the setting, and it allowed for a little more realism to the final project. And then it was all on EduBlogs. It allowed us to keep a clear, linear place for it, and it allowed to keep our thoughts in order.
That's right, EduBlogs.
Online 200.
Used for inspiration for your project.
What is YouTube movie clips? As I was gonna say, what is YouTube movie clips? I don't know what happened with these guys, but what is YouTube movie clips?
The website we used for inspiration, not really website, kind of app type thing, but it was YouTube. YouTube was really great because what we did was we found movie clips, we searched them up, and they were just there. YouTube is amazing for getting our clips. When I say clips, I mean movie clips we looked up so we could analyze them for inspiration for our project, all that type of stuff. Things we could try and copy or repeat, not copy exactly, but repeat so that we could, make our final clip better. So here, again, same thing we did last time. I can use this example again. The clip from the former AICE Media Studies student, his last name is Elevy. He posted his on YouTube, and we were able to find that, and combined with EduVlogs, we documented it, and we found the clip, analyzed it, all that kind of stuff. And the example of a movie clip, for example, what I did was I used Megan. It's a thriller horror animatronic film. I looked up a clip early in the movie, and it was right there. It was perfect. So easy to use. I found it, incorporated it, analyzed it. Very quick, very easy, and YouTube just made everything easier to be accomplished, and it was a great way to find inspiration.
Man, you're on a roll. YouTube movie clips is correct.